There you go. Now ask him. I believe now we should be in business.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you all now.
All right. He's back in the back there. All right, let's hear it for first time you do anything. Give a round of applause for doing things for the first time. Well, my name is Ryan Foland. I'm the director here at the ANTrepreneur Center, and we're super excited that the ANTrepreneur Center has also turned into the hub, a physical location where you can find these amazing companies with marketable software from a skill perspective that want to connect with you so that when you graduate, you're already trained on the software that people are using. And it actually opens up a lot of opportunities for employment in a faster, more fast-tracked way because you can be certified on the software that they are hiring for in these positions. We're talking about Microsoft, we're talking about AWS, and today we're talking about ServiceNow. How many people have heard about ServiceNow before now? Okay. Probably because they read in the listing. Before this, yeah. Did anybody know about ServiceNow? Because you work at the hub. What I'm trying to say is you probably don't know much about ServiceNow, but there's so much cool stuff that they're doing. And so the hub is a place for you to get access to these kinds of softwares, certifications, sandbox environments. It's staffed by the awesome hub. Raise your hand if you work in the hub. Give a round of applause. Yeah, these are our people. They're staffed here for you to come in and learn and ask questions and get connected with software. And we're also excited because we're putting on info sessions with tacos from Tim the Taco Man, the good taco. Say hi, Tim. Tim. Okay, it's Tim the Taco Man. And so again, our idea is to get you together, to get you learning, to get you eating, to get you in a spot where we can help you accelerate the skills that you have. And here at the ANTrepreneur Center, the skills that you need for any type of job or what happens when you learn to run your own business. So I'm excited to invite Tim here to the stage, and he's going to share with you. And he's also got some folks online. And a special shout out to Shana and crowd for getting this. This is kicking it off. This is the first one. Give them a round of applause. Here we go. ServiceNow.
All right. Thank you for that. Welcome, Ryan. Yes, I'm a solution consultant for ServiceNow. With me, I have my colleague Trey. And Trey, you want to say hi to the group?
Hey, everyone. Thanks for having us.
He's back there in the corner, but we can hear him. So what we're going to do today is start with a little bit of an what can it do for me? But before we do that, I just want to kind of get a little feel for like the different types of majors we have in the room. So I don't know names. I just don't like pointing at people either. Anybody want to volunteer a major? If not, then I'll just start pointing at people. Yes. Computer science. And what year are you? All right, great. Computer science. This is right up your alley for a number of reasons, but not just computer science. It could be up for marketers. It could be up the alley for people who want to do business process analyses. We have anything in the business college that's not a computer discipline? Any marketing, human resources, manufacturing, electrical engineering, general finance? All right, okay. So icebreaker miserably, as you just saw, because I couldn't ask any questions. But really what the goal was, it was to give some idea of the breadth of the types of careers that you could pursue in the discipline of ServiceNow. And I call it a discipline because if it's not just a company, but it's a lot, I mean, it's a company, but there's a lot more that you can do with that. So the other thing, that's what I did. So what are some of the careers that you are interested in computer? Do you have an idea yet? Like cybersecurity. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, then we have something for you. What was the other one? Somebody else volunteered to raise their hand. I missed it. The one from yes. Business econ. Okay, great. Trust me, I'm an introvert, so this is very appreciate you being as generous. What we're going to start with is a bit about ServiceNow and why ServiceNow should matter to you as you look towards the next stages of your life after college and your career. So Trey, do you want to start?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you stole one of my questions, just asking, who knows about ServiceNow. So I'm glad we have that out of the way. I heard quite a few different majors in the room. My name is Trey Hemmingson. I'm with ServiceNow's workforce development and academic partnerships team. So we work with colleges around the globe really to give students access to our platform, to get them certified, and really give them kind of that leg up on their resume before you graduate so that you can find a career that you love. As Tim pointed out, we have quite a few majors in the room, computer science, cybersecurity. I think I heard econ maybe in there. With what I do, I think it's important to point out that every job has the potential to become a tech job. I was an advertising major way back when I was in college. Didn't think I'd ever be working for a tech company, and now I'm doing something that I love. So a lot of what you're picking up in, the courses that you're in, regardless of your major, become transferable skills. And we're here to help kind of paint the picture as to where you could go with ServiceNow if you're interested, and talk through kind of all those opportunities. So, Tim will jump into the platform, and he gets the opportunity to show you all the really cool things that we get to do with the platform, what our customers are doing, what we're doing in the AI and the Gen AI space. But really, I want to start with really what ServiceNow is. We power a lot of the back-end workflows that are critical to really every business and every type of business. If you think about IT or HR, operations, even the legal department, so many departments across companies use our platform to workflow what they're ultimately trying to do. So we make the work happen seamlessly without the need for manual intervention. So why should you care about ServiceNow? And we can jump to the next slide, Tim. Thanks. So we know that, just based on our research that we've done, and this is well known just across outside of ServiceNow and across industry, there's going to be an IT skills shortage by 2025. And actually, so many companies right now are facing that IT skills shortage. They can't complete their digital transformation initiatives. So, they hit product delays in rolling out new applications and features. Their customers, whether that's an internal customer to their company or an external customer that they work with, they become unhappy, and then they lose money as a result as a business, and that ultimately slows down the space or the pace of deployment. So in 2023, we saw just a huge number of ServiceNow specific jobs that were being posted globally. We actually saw about 60,000 jobs per month being posted within our customer and partner ecosystem. So those are companies that are using ServiceNow. Those are our partners like the Accentures, the Deloittes, all the way down to boutique consultancies that might be focusing just only on ServiceNow. Really want to highlight that there's plenty of jobs out there, and there's a lot of opportunity if you're interested. Just to kind of close out this slide, we have about 22,000 companies globally. And again, those are our customers and partners competing to fill ServiceNow specific jobs. And that's anywhere from, app developers to system administrators, and even less technical roles like project managers, change management specialists, and data and business analysts as well. So I want to jump on the next slide just to some US data. So in the US alone, last year, we saw 300,000 job postings for ServiceNow specific jobs, and they had a 28-day duration. So that tells us that as soon as that job was posted, they were almost immediately filled. And when you look at the US, you can see in those bright green areas, California, Texas, the DC area, New York, several other regions across the country, those are really the hotspots for ServiceNow jobs. And I think the best part that everyone's probably honing in on this slide is that these jobs pay really well. The median salary is well over $100,000, which is just a great starting point for anyone jumping into their career. The other thing that I want to point out, when you look at the US specifically, we have around 10,000 companies, again, who are competing for ServiceNow talent. And then on that next slide, we can kind of highlight those top occupations. So anywhere from support to application development, implementation consultants, again, who are working either with our customers or with a partner specifically to basically come in, consult, implement, and deploy our platform. data analysts, your system administrators. And again, these are with those top companies, anywhere from JP Morgan Chase to Hulu to Disney Plus, and then those big partners like KPMG, Deloitte, Accenture, and again, all the way down to those boutique consultancies. So our platform really specializes in several different areas. So we can become industry specific. So maybe we're talking about a financial customer, banking customer. Maybe we're talking about UC Irvine as a customer of ours. You all use our platform. So Tim is heavily ingrained in the higher education space, and there's really solutions across the platform that work for everyone. So last thing that I want to leave you with before I hand it over to Tim, I'll be back. Don't worry. We'll talk about certification and getting you the promo codes for that certification. Is that, we power over, I think it's actually 85% now of the Fortune 500. So I'll kick it back to Tim, and he can talk to you about really what we're doing with some customers and some really cool examples of what our platform can do.
All right, thanks, Trey. So we need to get a new slide, apparently. 85% of the Fortune 500 works with ServiceNow. You heard Trey talk a little bit about some of the different areas that the platform works. I'll get a little bit more into that here shortly. Before I do, I wanted to let everybody... Yeah, I would ask questions. Make them up by stuff that I'm talking about up here, and give you guys a chance to get some free coffee. 20 bucks. All right, so, sorry, my clicker is not clicking for me. I'm gonna have to walk back and forth. So what is ServiceNow? So I like to think about ServiceNow and describe it in a way that relates to a lot of people. Smart homes are a big deal these days. A lot of people have their Amazon, their Googles, or HomeKits, or what have you. And one of the ways that ServiceNow is similar to these technologies is that it works as a platform to bring a bunch of things together. A bunch of different systems that don't talk to each other brings it together. So for instance, here, if we're taking the smart home example, you have your Google, your Alexa, whatever, as your platform. And that's going to come with some capabilities. It's going to bring you some music service. It's going to bring you some, to-do lists. You'll be able to search, maybe check out your weather. And then you're also going to have access to third-party things, maybe like Spotify instead of, Amazon's music. Who doesn't? And, you want to, use the Ring ecosystem of devices for your doorbell, or the Casa for turning on your lights and things like that. It gives you the ability to connect these things together and use them across each other. And then there's also skills that you get that are things that, allow you to play games or whatever. You can create routines or automations, so when this thing happens, that thing over there, door opens, a light goes on, things like that. So what this allows the smart home to do is have one device from one manufacturer have one action, like, you unlock your front door, and have that then create automations that turn on the light in your foyer, start playing your favorite Spotify playlist, maybe turn on your ambient lighting with the cool red LEDs or whatever your favorite color is, in your bedroom or in your kitchen or what have you. And that's all happening seamlessly by using one platform with all a bunch of different pieces. And that's exactly what the ServiceNow platform is, except that this is an enterprise. So we're talking about putting things together like AWS, a lot of the higher level human resources solutions, lots of telemetry data from like IT things that are not working well, and then escalate that to a person. And really what that's doing is flipping the model from people looking at data to find out where there's a problem, to having the system throw things in our face that say, here's a problem, here's a problem, here's a problem. For a university situation, how could that be helpful? Well, maybe you don't want your registration system to crash on the first day of registration, right? Good example. I came from higher ed. I spent 18 years working at Cal Poly Pomona. I did have our registration system crash on the first day. It was not any fun, really, no fun at all. So that's the platform, the ServiceNow platform, in kind of its totality, how it spans across a lot of different tools and technologies. You see up here we have what we call our workflows. There's industry-specific things like for HR, for technology, for some of our customer workflows, and then we also have kind of like build your own. We also have a whole stack on the platform. You can build your app, and I'll show you a really cool one that our students built at Cal Poly Pomona in a minute. This is not going to be part of the test. You don't have to memorize this to win your Starbucks gift card, I promise. Really, this is an eye chart, and it's intended just to show you how broad the capabilities of the platform are. So I talked about how it ties things together, but these are all the individual units of capabilities from employee experience, technology experience. I talked about maintaining the ability to kind of monitor your environment. Trey talked about legal service delivery. Anything where you have some sort of need to put in a request for someone to do something or for some action to occur, even if it's an automated and not a human intervention there. This is what our platform does. So you saw 85% of the world's Fortune 500. In a little bit, we're going to get into a little bit more around some of the specific names. Maybe one of those will be part of the question at the end. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, like I said. But just to give you a lay of the land. So when you're looking at our platform and you're going, I don't know what this is, great. I didn't know what it was one day either, but it's grown over the years. It's got a huge footprint in higher ed and in a lot of different industries, which means that you don't have to be necessarily a technologist or into technology to have a stake in the future with ServiceNow, because the breadth of the companies that use us in all these different areas, security operations, vulnerability response, we have capabilities that manage that for you, just as an example. Okay, so I'm going to get into some of the cool AI stuff we're doing in just a moment. But first, I wanted to talk about who are the companies that you could potentially work for if you had ServiceNow skills. Trey mentioned some of them. I actually, so I want to call us up, 80%, 85% of the Fortune 500. But I actually went out and did some research and just kind of looked for what are some things that are in the public space, this public domain, that I can share with you, because there's a lot I can't share because of it's not disclosed, for companies that are using ServiceNow. So Trey mentioned Disney Plus. That's the ServiceNow portal. Starbucks, ServiceNow portal. Pfizer, ServiceNow portal. Now we're going into just job postings, so I couldn't find any more portals. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. But let's stay away from the tech for a minute, because we said we're not all about tech, right? So Johns Hopkins, research. AT&T, CVS Consumer Health, NVIDIA. I'll talk about that in just a second. We have a huge partnership with NVIDIA powering our AI data centers. And I went the wrong way. Princeton University, or maybe you want to do something that's a little bit more altruistic. You have a really big heart and you want to contribute in a meaningful way. You could work at places like Seattle Children's Hospital, just a small sampling. So just because of it's looked at as a tech company, it spans many industries, and people working in these industries are using our tool set to do the work that let them perform their function. All right. Okay, so in a nutshell, you could work for companies whose planes you've flown on, whose hotels you've stayed in, whose apparel you've worn, whose games you've played, whose launches you've watched. And I'm not talking about product launches. I'm talking about things that go up high. Eating their food, putting their gas in their car, stream their. So the area that you can get a job is very broad. So I talked about the fact that our students at Cal Poly created an app. So this is a shuttle app. This is 100% built in ServiceNow. It doesn't look like ServiceNow. They basically didn't use any ServiceNow, anything. They just used it as an application stack because it had all the pieces they need. And they based this off of an Uber or Lyft-like experiences for the Bronco shuttle, the transit bus that runs around campus. And so they built this basically on their own from scratch. This was about 4 years ago, 4 or 5, a while now. It was pre-COVID. And so what you can see is, they went through the whole process of getting not only the map into the app, they have the location of the buses real time being drawn as they move. That's those arrows. You can choose the different routes that people are interested in seeing. Those are showing all the bus stops that look. They can search. Obviously, I was on campus when I was doing this, but obviously you get the little blue dot. It'll walk you to the nearest bus stop. You can search for the different spots that you can get picked up across campus. It will create a schedule showing you the shortest distance to get there and the different types, the different buses that will be coming that you can take to get there. If I get finished typing here. And once we get that, you'll see, bing, go. Here we go. So it shows the different, approximately 8 minutes, approximately 45 minutes. So different routes that the buses can take to take you there. And then when you're all done looking at this, you can just go ahead and hit cancel. It'll show you, the pickup and the drop-off spots that you asked for. So real quick mobile app that was created on the ServiceNow platform using nothing but students and their really great ideas. All right, AI. So that was one of the headlines somewhere, AI. Everybody's talking about AI. You guys tired of hearing about AI yet? Generative AI, ChatGPT, DALL-E, Stable Diffusion. I mean, there's actually dozens and dozens and dozens. We just hear about like the top, 6 or 7. But ServiceNow has been working in the AI space since AI became a thing. It goes back almost 10 years now. But obviously, people aren't interested in machine learning or predictive intelligence. There's nothing sexy about that. But generative AI is the big buzzword. And so ServiceNow actually has already productized generative AI and placed it in ServiceNow. And it's just the beginning. So some of the capabilities are a little, kind of things you'd expect. And I'll talk about them in a second. But we're moving forward fast. So I mentioned earlier that we have a strategic partnership with NVIDIA. NVIDIA powers our data center large language models that we use in our platform for generative AI. We also integrate with Azure OpenAI and OpenAI, and now we have Google up there as well, and others being added as soon as we can onboard them. And we use NVIDIA to power, like I said, our large language model. We built a model with Hugging Face. It's basically like if you do anything in the web where you do kind of completion, you give it a little prompt and it gives you like the rest. That's what our NVIDIA powered large language model does, but it's specific to ServiceNow. So over here we have things that are good at summarization, context, understanding. They very broad. This is domain specific. This just does everything on our platform because we're the experts on the platform. So when you do code, you're getting the code from the guys who coded the platform. That's going to be generated for that. But we don't just do code. So I mentioned kind of some of the early capabilities. Summarization, like I said, that's something that all generative AI is really good at, right? So imagine if you are talking to someone, chatting with them, customer service or whatever, it's your phone bill, it's your orders later, what have you. And how many times have you got that, oh, I need to transfer you to someone else? And then that person comes on and says, give me a couple minutes to get caught up on what you've said already. Well, with our generative AI, which we labeled as Now Assist, because we got the brand for everything, the platform will do that for the person. So here we see on the right this sidebar where they could say, please summarize this case. And it will go through all the content of this case or this ticket or whatever it is. And it will summarize it and give them just the relative facts. Like what the issue was initially, the steps that have been tried so far, and kind of what the current status is. That also works for when somebody's working a case, not just a chat, but like an actual case. They come in, they've done this for a while and they've got 3 pages. They don't want to read it all. Boom, quick, little succinct. Here's what happened. Here's what we tried. Did it work or not? So that's kind of the first thing that we came out with, summarization, and that works across all of our products. But something else that we also have is code assist. So type in a prompt, it'll generate the code for you. You can see right here. So it's so clear, right? You could just copy and paste that into any browser and it would go ahead and execute that code. Not really. But essentially what it's showing is, just check the data for this condition, and it generated all the code that would perform that action. And that's going to be 95% because it's in our platform. We know what we're doing. It's not something out there on the web somewhere. So that's increasing productivity for our programmers and our developers and our customers who have programmers and developers as well. But this is the next step. It's flow generation. Flow Designer is what we call our automation platform, our workflow tool. And so now we're at a point where you can type in the same type of prompts to get an entire workflow. And I don't know if we have one here, but I'll show you real quick if I can stop this share and go out to one of my instances that I have queued up just for this and share that. Oops. So this is actually in the ServiceNow platform. This is the actual tool I was just telling you about. So these are some fairly large and robust workflows. You can see this one is, I'm not going to tell you what it is, just know that this is how long, and they can get even longer too. It's very much logic-based, branching and things, and a lot of people don't like that view, so we created this more, diagram-friendly Visio type visualization for how these things draw, so you can kind of follow them along. But it gets pretty robust. But to start, we can get something very simple as a shell Let me go ahead and get my prompt here because I hate typing in front of people. Just create a new one. Call it test. Oops. So with this, when a ticket is open, send an email to the manager of the person who opened the ticket. Very simple. And now this is going into our data center using our large language model that we've built purposely based on our platform. And it is real time looking at that prompt, and it's creating a shell of the workflow that I need to get that job done. It's very simple compared to the one I showed you a minute ago, but you can see it's already pulled out whether an instance is created, it needs to look up a record, then it sends an email. So just as an example, these are the baby steps of generative AI, not just in ServiceNow, but in like our world. I mean, this is going to transform, in my opinion, my humble opinion, everything that we do from here forward. It's like the information revolution is over. Now we're into the intelligence revolution, and it's going to, it's going to go gangbusters. So let me go back to the slides real quick. If I can, stop share. So Trey, I think we're at a point now where we want to bring you back on the mic and help talk about what these next goodies that we have available for these folks are.
Yeah, absolutely. So I probably won't leave this or won't use the slides here. I'll probably just demo this in Now Learning.
Okay.
But these slides we'll make sure that we leave behind with the Hub team, just that you can use kind of as a way to set up your account and answer any questions that you might all have. So let me just share my screen out. All right, can you all see that?
Yep.
Okay, so Now Learning is our learning experience platform that really houses all of the course content that our customers, our partners, or even you as as a student would go to learn about the platform, learn about specific product suites that Tim called out, and then ultimately in certain areas get certified on the platform, so that you can add that certification to your resume. So a few things that I want to point out, like I said, this is our learning experience platform. The cool thing is this is actually built on a ServiceNow instance. So as Tim kind of showed you with the different applications, the different products, there's a lot of flexibility in how we actually can use the platform to our advantage. So when we look at, where we're navigating for the first time when you land on Now Learning, a popular place that I would recommend going to are these career journeys. And what career journeys are a combination of both technical skills that you might need specific to ServiceNow, but then also a combination of power skills. So, power skills are what we consider to be kind of the soft skills of yesterday. So how to collaborate effectively, how to run an effective meeting, et cetera. So we actually just announced a partnership with Udemy today. So if you jump into any of these career journeys, let's use application developer, for example. When you jump in, you can actually see, what an application developer does for ServiceNow, what kind of the transferable skills look like, what you might need to build on, and then you can level up from kind of this entry-level associate all the way to an expert application developer. So when you open up these different career journeys, and I'm already enrolled in this one, you can click to see all of the content that we recommend in really leveling up in your career. So any of these white tiles are going to be ServiceNow specific courses that are in Now Learning. Anything that's blue is technically optional. Like I said, that's a combination of the Udemy courses. That's going to be also, engagement opportunities for getting involved in our community, which is like I'd call it like our own Reddit, where we can actually go in and collaborate with other people who might be using ServiceNow, who might be our customers, who might be implementing ServiceNow. Quite a few people. I think we have over 500,000 people in the community as of last month. So you can kind of see, again, those courses that would be recommended. Anything that you would want as a student is actually going to be included for you with the promo code that I'm about to share with you. So you can actually get access to all of this content for the white tiles specifically through June 30th with the promo code. So if I wanted to jump in and say, look at, let's go to our application development fundamentals course. You could jump into the course, and generally this course is a $300 course for the public, or if you wanted to take it as instructor led, I think it's a significant charge for that course. But you're receiving it as UCI students for free. And then also if there's a certification voucher attached to it, you'll receive that as well for free. So really would encourage you, if you're interested in taking these certifications, going out, taking a look at the content. And then you can also dive into each specific course and look at what you're going to be learning. So when I look at application development fundamentals, if I go ahead and start this course, it's going to make me agree to all the fun terms and conditions.
Trey, I didn't think you read all that.
I know, right? I'm a fast reader. So when you enroll in the course, there's actually lab instances, ServiceNow platform instances that are built into each course. So if you request your lab instance, you're going to be able to actually jump into, complete these lab tasks that are part of the course over here on the left. You're going to be able to learn kind of the fundamentals of, in this case, application development. And there's going to be tasks where you go through, you complete a specific action, and you just validate that you completed it correctly. Then there's quizzes built in just to make sure that you are tested on your knowledge. And then at the end of this, as you complete the course, you're issued a certification voucher. So with that certification voucher, like I said, those are valid through June 30th. You'll just want to make sure that you go in and click the claim button on your profile. And that will allow you to actually claim that voucher, and you'll have the ability to use it for up to a year from the date that you claim it. So what we'll do, any questions so far on Now Learning?
You explained it so well, Trey. They have no questions.
All right. So the one last thing that I want to leave you with, and Tim, maybe we could just jump to that slide that has the promo code on it. I think it's like the third one in, maybe.
I found it.
So that promo code, the UCI 2024 Hub, you can use that when you go to pay for the course. And like I said, that gives you free access to the course itself, and then allows you to actually get that voucher and claim it before June 30th. We'll have all of this. I think our other friend, Tim, has built out a really awesome guide that shows you everything that I just covered, but I'd really encourage you to check out those career journeys. Check in with the ANTrepreneur team. And if you have questions on specific courses or need a better idea of, what we might recommend, we can always have a conversation and point you to a few specific courses as well.
And one thing just to note is for this code to work, you have to use your uci.edu email address when you register.
Yes, good point.
Do you have anything else, Trey? Was that our last one?
I think that's all. Actually, one thing on the lab instances. So like I said, those platform instances are attached to each of those courses. So if you're taking multiple courses, just make sure that you don't mix and match those lab instances. They're configured specifically to the course. That last slide, Tim, that I have is just going to walk through kind of some extra, FYI, supplemental information. We've got our product docs site. We've got our Rise Up with ServiceNow site, which is really our commitment to skilling 1 million people on the platform, and really supporting growth within individual growth as well as customer and partner growth so that they can complete their objectives. So I will leave you all with that. If you have any questions, I'm still here, but if not, I hope you all enjoy your tacos.
Yeah, give him a round of applause. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm also curious if there's questions, and I want to know what the coolest part of this is for you.
And also the lamest part. Be honest. No, seriously. I mean, this is tough to pull off, and we're trying to hit the mark, but by looking at your faces, I feel like we maybe missed it a little bit. Yeah. What's your question?
So like, I want to make sure I'm like grasping.
Sure.
Everything. So ServiceNow is like a place where companies could go to like streamline like their own software, and then also ServiceNow has their own like outside of that, like they have their own tools. Is that what it is, or like?
Perfect. You just got our platform page. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. So essentially, when we talk to our customers, it's not rip and replace. That's the terminology when you talk about going in, taking out some tool or technology they have and replacing it with something else. It can be if it's really old or antiquated, but a lot of times it's a better together where you're talking about. So if they have existing systems, but they can't really get them to talk to each other, they can bring us in as the activation, that we call it the system of action layer, that can orchestrate work across all their systems and then raise the value of those investments that they don't have time to replace because they're so costly. So yeah, exactly like you said, they have their own stuff and we bring our own stuff, and they can do a mishmash or whatever they want, and build something completely from scratch. If we don't have a product that does what they need it to, we give them the tools. You can go ahead and create your own workflows and forms to go ahead and support that need. Thank you for the question. And I said I'd tell you a little bit about what a solutions consultant is later, and I never did. So I'll take that opportunity now because that's what I do. I work with my account manager. He's a salesperson. I'm the technical person, so I don't sell. I talk about the platform. I explain the capabilities. So I go to customers, say, what are your problems? What are you struggling with? Where can you need to get some help? I'll listen to that. I'll go back. I'll look at the platform. I'll find out how the platform could solve their problems, and then I demonstrate to them that exactly happening. So that's what a solution consultant does. We don't sell, consult. And that's a role that you could play working for ServiceNow. But as Trey was talking about earlier, we have a huge partner ecosystem. And we have people you can pay that work at ServiceNow to help you implement it. But really, we rely on a huge partner ecosystem, Ernst & Young, Deloitte, and a lot of those smaller boutique partners as well that do that work. So they have all of these roles as well: business process analysts, solution consultant, architects, data architects, software engineers, all those things. So you don't necessarily work for ServiceNow. You could work for a partner, or you could do all those things within a company. Business process analyst. So that's something that is in desperate need. Person who knows tech but doesn't do tech. Put it down into some words that the developers can then go and build something with. So that's a very critical role, and it's very important. Any other questions? Yes. It depends. As a solution consultant, that is our number one answer. It depends. It depends on how long, how much time you put into it, but it'll tell you when you log in that it estimates, this will be 12 hours, or this will be 14 hours. Because these are on-demand courses, so they're not instructor-led, they're do at your own pace. And those certifications, those are money. Everybody who I know who works in the industry has a certification of some sort, at least the base, what we call a CSA, the Certified Systems Administrator, and everything kind of builds off of that. So that is some really good stuff that you can take and get marketable, pretty darn quick. The other thing I'll mention is that there are those lab instances we talked about that come with those courses. They're specifically tuned to help you with the deliverables of the specific course. There's also, just go get your own kind of vanilla instance. We have personal developer instances. You go to developer.cp or .servicenow.com. Anybody just sign up. It doesn't need to be UCIED email address. Anybody can go sign up and get their own instance of the platform to go play around with, kick the tires. Documentation site is the best I've seen of any company that has software. I mean, it's just top notch.
If you want to get paid while you take one of these courses, we do have an open position here at the hub. Everyone who works at the hub, raise your hand again. So we have an open position at the hub. It is 100 hours, 150 hours, $3,000. So we are offering that position to anyone who wants to learn more about ServiceNow and help us teach other students. So if you're interested in that, please follow us on Instagram. Our cheat sheets over here have all of the information that Trey and Tim shared about how to get connected with Now Learning, and it has our social media on it. And also please feel free to take one of these object smart notebooks that they so generously brought along. They're really cool. They're
Yes.
different that you like to use. And when not, and it's really hard to be the speaker before tacos. We do have one more speaker. His name is Tommy. So we can cue up Tommy. That would be
Do I do these after Tommy?
Hey there, tech enthusiasts. I'm Tommy, your digital companion and friendly sidekick to Tom Andriola, Chief Digital Officer at UCI. We're at the Hub, a place where innovation meets opportunity. In case you haven't heard, all students can get free access to our technology anytime, anywhere. Just grab a flyer and a cheat sheet and you are good to go. With our resources, you might even decide to build a digital human like me. And don't let this be the only time you come to visit us. Take advantage of our cozy meeting space and treadmill desks. You might encounter a friendly Hub staff member ready to help you on your tech journey. Today we're diving into a mind-blowing info session with Tim Raymond, the wizard of all things ServiceNow. Who's ready to ride the wave of innovation? Together we will uncover the secrets of ServiceNow's revolutionary journey and how you can get free access to their platform. And hey, we've got freebies and swag waiting for you. And guess what? We're unveiling a new ServiceNow ambassador position at the Hub. The chance to be a tech influencer awaits you. Get ready to level up your skills and open the door to a world of possibilities. Are you up for the challenge?
Nothing uncanny about that. All right, giving away these two before everybody sneaks out. So the first question I'm going to ask is, did you see? I slipped it in. Does anybody remember what? But you know what? I'm just going to give them both because if you had half and you got half. That way, I think of another question. All right, thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time. I'll be here while you're eating tacos. If you have any questions, maybe you don't like talking groups. I know I don't. So you come find me in the corner. We can have a talk. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you. Nice. Sir, thank you. And to your counterparts. How many people know what our micro internship programs are? Micro intern? How many people know what a micro intern is? It's a micro internship. The difference is that it has a set amount of hours with specific deliverables that you work towards achieving, and when you're done, you get paid. It's basically a freelance job, just like Upwork or Fiverr.com. So we've partnered with a law firm, and we, as in here at the ANTrepreneur Center and also Shanat, we post these micro internship jobs. This is actually a really big micro internship job at 150 hours. So the total is a $3,000 pot. And there are deliverables and things that you would do just like a regular job, but she's not your employer. The Hub's not your employer. We're not your employer. You're independently contracted through the law firm. What's really exciting is that whenever you get that job, the law firm invoices the company. So the company pays the money. So you're guaranteed to have your money in escrow, which is good if you're working for somebody and they say they're going to pay you, but like there's a law firm helping the transaction. And then working with the team, and once everything is taken care of, you get distribution from the law firm. Now you can get as many micro internships as you want. We just launched 8 and just hired 8 new students in the last day. So you can not only have our micro internships, but there are micro internships across the nation that you can do remotely, that you can do in hybrid. And so we have over 1,800 UCI students that are on the platform looking for these, and we've moved over $50,000 in jobs, and we're continuing to increase that. So to apply for the micro internship, which is a big one, this is like a big internship, to learn about ServiceNow, to be an ambassador about ServiceNow, and to help make sure that students are understanding all these cool resources, then you go to our website, entrepreneur.uci.edu. There's a big micro internship button right on the top. And then you click to apply, and then it's associated with the center, so you'll see it come up, and then you can give it your best crack. Sounds good? All right. So thank you again. We have some swag. Let's pass the swag out. Talk about the swag. Did you talk about it?
She mentioned it, but I mean,
Talk about it. It's pretty cool. This is like the cool swag I think that we've seen here.
have you ever heard about rock and roll? Okay, so what it is you can write on it with special pens, and you can snap it with an app, and it'll digitize it into your phone, or your OneDrive, or whatever you're using. It'll do OCR so that you can do the handwriting and text if you don't. If you write better than that. It doesn't know about it. But then you can take it and, I don't know about how this specific one works, mine, you put it in the microwave for 30 seconds and just. And reuse it over and over.
Sustainable. It's very sustainable.
It's sustainable, yeah. So this one, you got 48 pages. Yeah, this should do pretty good. I love mine. I've used it for.
Congratulations.
7 years.
Congratulations.
So rocket books.
Grab this and then we'll get a big group photo, ServiceNow, the future, and then we'll go have some tacos. And you can text your friends and say, I know you couldn't make the presentation, but there's free tacos. So text anybody, everybody. I did a little live stream inviting some random stuff. All right, so stand up and let's, Tracy's got the camera. Sometimes this blows out, so we'll maybe just turn we'll turn that black so it's not a weird backdrop. Actually, press the MP1 button. Yep, and now and we need to go camera 2. No, we need to stop share. And we need to be, wait, where'd it go? We want just this, M1. Maybe we need to share our screen. All right, meet up by the TV. We'll take a quick photo. Photographers back here. And then, oh, good. We got these flyers. And then we're going to go eat some tacos.
Where are we gathering?
In front of the TV. And I'm just going to turn the TV off because it'll do a weird backlit, blow everybody out. All right, so come this way. And the next step is tacos. Go for it, Claire. You got to make a move. Somebody's got to make a move. Quick photo, group photo. Come on down and then we'll get you free tacos. Way to show up, way to show up. All right, get in there, get some swag. You didn't get your swag. This is a very special book. Did you get your swag? All right, we'll get a group photo there. Let's get you in there. Let's get you in there. All right, squish in. ServiceNow.
Yeah.
There we go. We'll get down here. All right. Now, who's going to teach Tim how to Zod? You have to explain it to him. What is it? That's like a Texas Longhorn there. Get the nose going. There you go. Bunch.
Yeah. That's correct.
Don't worry about that.
On 3, 1, 2, 3. One more.
Well, she's doing that. Here we go. Here we go. You can even take a picture of that there. All right, 1, 2, is everybody in? Yes, and nice. You stuck around. All right, let's get some tacos. There's tons of tacos. Text me or anything about tacos. We have to eat all of the tacos. Let's go. We all have to eat stuff out here.
Oh, I was in there.
Yeah.
Okay, you were sitting there and I was going around for instructor for photos. So that
I thought it was.
no, you're not. You want somebody to go there? Yeah. Thank you. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, she's supposed to be. Oh, the rock is starting for you. All right. Back. Okay, cool. Next time I have a deal, definitely. Yeah, I mean, if I'm in there, I'm just, not on the computer, I'm actually like. Doing stuff. Thank you, Carrie. All right, see ya.